Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. We are on episode 14 of Saturday Night at the Movies. I'm here with Miss Cayt Phoenix.
Yeah.
And a lovable, cuddly motherfucker himself, Brian Strang.
Bacon is so good.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong, sir. Those that can't eat it for whatever reason are missing out. But you know what? It's more bacon for us.
That's right. I will take all the bacon.
What have we been up to, guys? Anything exciting going on?
No.
Nope.
I live a very boring life.
More boring than mine?
Okay, I guess we're equal?
Probably, because I go to work, I go home, I watch movies. I go to work, I go home, I watch movies.
Yeah. Except for,
That
those
sounds like
2
my
days to where we watch wrestling. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have cable.
There's the internet. I mean, granted, I think everything's being pulled off now because of all the speaking out thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Man,
everyone is being crucified.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Joey Ryan's barroom wrestling is canceled.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole promotion's gone, all the videos are gone.
Yeah, I would say
His Twitter's gone.
a lot of people from Impact.
Yep.
So a lot of people from NXT UK got hit with it. So
Velveteen Dream.
Velveteen
Matt
Dream
Riddle.
got hit with it.
Matt Riddle.
Matt Riddle.
Well, Riddle they kind of already knew about because that's like nothing new. That was already brought out.
And they still put him on the main roster.
Mm-hmm.
They
Because
said that they're investigating it, though.
yeah, but there was no like proof to it the first time she brought it around. So I think if it was something like that there was stuff for, they never would have signed him in the first place.
I don't know. With Vince, I think it really depends on who you are, though.
That's true.
So what have we been watching, guys?
That's what I just knocked over off of the table and was scrambling to pick back up.
You just knocked over your watch list?
Yeah.
I thought you were building a fort out of DVDs there.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, she's got talent.
Yeah, I wish.
You wish.
I mean, I have enough of them to technically build a fort.
Yeah, don't we all?
It'd be a little mini house. Watched VFW, which was really good.
I love that one. That's a great one.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun.
I have that on 4K, but I haven't watched it yet.
That's what we have it on too. So yeah, that one was really good. And then Psycho Beach Party, which I absolutely freaking loved.
Oh, is that with Amy Adams?
I'm really bad.
Not
at
like one of
names.
her first
No.
movies? No.
It has
Which one am I?
Nicholas Brendan though, from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, I think that's the one she goes in. Hold on. Pull this shit up. I would say she wouldn't have been credited.
Yes,
because-
it is. Yeah, sorry. I
Ah.
looked at the cover and there she is.
Yeah, I would say it was like one of her
names.
first movies that she did.
But yeah, this one was a lot of fun. And if you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend it. It definitely plays off of that, the traditional beach movies from the 50s. So would highly recommend that. And yeah, that is pretty much it because life has been crazy and I have no time to do anything. So Brian, it's your turn. Tag your
Okay
it.
then. Well, I got more than 2. I'm joking. I love you. I caught the very rare, very few seen up until a couple weeks ago, Hogzilla, Joe Bob's Killer Pig movie, which I could see why it didn't get released, but I enjoyed it. So yeah, so it's of all the hog movies though that came out, I would say probably go with Jaws. Then I caught Sam Was Here, which was also on Shudder, and it's pretty much about a guy that shows up in a deserted town, just trying to get home to his family, and the residents of the town pretty much mess with his mind and torture him and try to kill him and everything.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. So
not for the guy, I mean, but the movie.
Not for the guy, but
the movie.
The movie itself was pretty good. It's kind of like a borderline Hills Have Eyes, I guess, except they're not cannibals and they're not mutants. I saw Cut and Run for the first time, which was directed by the guy that did Cannibal Holocaust. And it has Michael Berryman in it. Richard Lynch is in it as the villain. So that is on Prime. It is in the jungle, but it's not like Cannibal Holocaust jungle. And then from there, some of our theaters have opened, but they're mainly showing the retro movies, I guess the drive-ins would call them. So we caught Jurassic Park, and then I saw Goonies and Jaws for the 45th anniversary on the big screen.
You actually saw where recently, within the last couple of weeks, Jurassic Park and Back to the Future were in the top 10 of the box office for the first time since, shortly after they came out.
Yeah, wow. Because that's all the theaters are showing, because nothing's coming out. Like ours was, the Jurassic Park, Jaws, Back to the Future 1 and 2, Goonies, Ferris Bueller, Batman Begins, and one of them was showing, ironically, the extended editions of Lord of the Rings.
It's Daryl's favorite right there.
Oh, yeah, I love those.
He wants to go see those so badly in theaters.
I think I love them so much, I think I'll rewatch them this week.
So, yep, that was my watch list.
All right, mine's fairly short. I watched a previously lost film called The Basement. It was shot on Super 8 in 1989, but when it was developed, it came back and it was really dark. So the director just put it in a box in a shelf. He put it in a box on a shelf in the back of his closet, and it sat there until 2011 when it finally got released by Camp Motion Pictures. I enjoyed it. It's definitely dark. It's hard to see it in a few times, but I enjoyed it for what it was. It's an anthology, and I watched some little indie film from a year or two ago called House of a Thousand Corpses. It's made by some guy. I don't know. I guess he's a musician.
I mean, if that's what you want to call him.
I don't want to call him much of a director either.
Thank Cthulhu. We agree.
I mean, he's not. Don't get me wrong. I do enjoy House of a Thousand Corpses, and I do enjoy The Devil's Rejects. The rest of his movies can suck my ass.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much, because everyone wants to crucify me for that.
I will give him Haunted World of El Super Beasto.
That one's okay.
I haven't seen that one, but...
And then I followed that up with, what else would you follow The House of a Thousand Corpses up with, except for Sorority Babes in the Slime Ball Bolorama?
Of course, that would naturally come next. It's because you had to just get that taste of his directing out of your mouth.
Pretty much. Not that the directing for Sorority Babes in the Slime Ball Bolorama is much better.
It is better. Shh. It's better.
No, don't get me wrong. I love that movie. It's in my top 25. But it's also not a good movie. It's just a lot of fun.
Yes.
And I need an Uncle Impy puppet. After that, I watched an out-of-print Wild Eye release called Hell's Kitty about a cat that's possessed by the devil and goes around killing people. Cayt would really, really enjoy it. Bryan, you'd probably enjoy it too.
I'm sure I would, because I freaking love anything with evil animals.
And then I watched Phantasm 1 through 4, but I'll talk about those at another time.
No Love for 5? You just stopped.
I haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, you haven't gotten there yet?
I still have tonight and tomorrow and the rest of my life.
The rest of your life.
So yeah, those are my watches. Not a lot this week. Do we have anything else we wanted to discuss before we dive headlong into the movie?
Well, in the words of Brian, are you going to do your midnight movie madness? Because, he's so particular about me doing it before we discuss the movie.
I was literally listening to that today when I was finishing editing. Yeah, my actually will be Sorority Babes in the Slime Bowl by Lorama, just because I love that fucking movie so much. And it definitely falls into the micro budget realm because I looked up the definition of micro budget and it's 300,000 or less. Sorority Babes in the Slime Bowl by Lorama was somewhere between 80 and 90,000. If you guys haven't seen Sorority Babes in the Slime Bowl by Lorama, it's got Hal Havens, it's got freaking Brink Stevens, George Buckflower. It's about 30-year-old college students that have to go to a bowling alley in the middle of the night to steal a trophy. They drop the trophy, it unleashes an imp who grants them a wish, and the wish goes wrong, and zaniness ensues.
You can't forget the lovely Linnea Quigley.
I was going to say, yeah, excuse me.
I actually did forget that she was in it.
She's one of the main characters.
I feel so bad, too, because, she's the same character in Clownado.
I know. I was literally just going to let you keep going and then humiliate you afterwards, and Brian beat me to it. Sad.
I was so busy trying to think of the sorority people's names that I forgot about Linnea.
No one cares about the sorority people. It's all about Linnea.
Come on, Hal Havens is the fucking man.
I love Brink though too. Brink is a sweetheart.
So yeah, that's my midnight movie madness. If you guys have not seen Sorority Babes in the Slime Bowl Bolorama, it's streaming somewhere.
Upside, I think it's still on a lot of things.
I think it is, yeah.
I think it's still on Prime and Tubi and
it's like $13 on Blu-ray. Just do yourself a favor and pick it up. It's a great cheesy fucking B movie.
I'm hoping that they have it at Frightmare. Hopefully, if Frightmare happens.
That's where I grabbed it.
I would say I'm going to grab it this year. I'm going to have Charles Band sign it for me.
Okay.
Because he's always there that one day.
Right. So. Yeah, I grabbed it from the table on Friday whenever I was there in 2018.
Are they even doing it this year?
Yeah, it's still got the September date. Monster Mania got canceled today, which is sad.
Until March of next year?
Yeah, but they're also in Jersey where it's still DEFCON 1 over there.
Right.
So it kind of makes sense, I think in the way my eyes are going to be on Days of the Dead in Indianapolis in the next month. Because if that gets moved, then I'm going to be sad panda because that pretty much means no conventions for the year.
I mean, I'd kind of rather not get sick though.
Well, they're saying you got to wear masks.
Yeah, but there's still always that chance when you are around it.
Yeah, I'm a juggernaut.
Don't jinx yourself.
He just did.
I know.
With how long this is going on in my profession, if I haven't gotten it yet, I am like freaking Iron Man, okay?
I'm just going to keep my mouth shut now. There were warnings.
You've been warned.
You're going to have some Karen come in tomorrow and start coughing in your face.
Oh, no, that was on Sunday. Or Saturday. Saturday?
Let me speak to the manager.
I don't want to talk about it. Because then I'll just go on a rant and
This is your open forum, sir.
Yep. What I'd rather talk about is what could be the most exciting news I've read this week. And it's only Monday, so, that says a lot.
Was it the trailer dropping for Land Shark?
No, but I'm so glad you saw it.
I did.
I was about to text you. Dude, Land Shark.
I wish the trailers were in English.
So, yes. Sum it up briefly. Land Shark take Meg with, I guess, Godzilla?
I was going to say every sci-fi shark movie.
Yeah. So, it's so cheesy, and I can't wait to see it. But no. So, Andy Muschietti, I think that's how you pronounce his last name. He did the It movies.
Mm-hmm.
He is directing the Flash movie for Warner Brothers whenever.
Oh, Flashpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He came out and said that they are in talks with Michael Keaton to reprise his role as Bruce Wayne. So
Yeah, that's like blowing up all over the place right now.
yeah. So if that happens, you will see a world of fanboys like no other.
I didn't like Michael Keaton as Batman.
You shut your mouth.
I will do no such thing.
Of course, Daryl would have something against it to say. He's got to bring down that happiness there.
No,
somehow.
here's my thing, okay? I like Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne. I don't like him as Batman.
Well, that's not his doing.
Got to be better than Ben Affleck, though.
If you said Christian Bale, I was going to quit the podcast.
I mean, Ben Affleck was better than George Clooney.
Yeah, Buck Flower would have been a better Batman than George Clooney. And much funnier.
This complected afterbirth of a Chinese gangbanger. Educated idiot!
And I guess since we're on the talk of Batman, the man who gave Batman the nips unfortunately passed away today.
Yep.
Joel Schumacher passed away.
Yeah.
So it's just a couple days after Ian Holmes passed away.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
People are just dropping like flies.
I know. My hopes are that Ian McKellen isn't next. Because I know
you jinxed yourself. Don't jinx anybody else.
he's up there. So
Well, so is Patrick Stewart, and shut your mouth.
They're gonna live
Thank
forever.
I think they just vampire off each other.
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah, I think that was really.
Well,
I was
do
like,
we
were
wanna
you
talk-
guys?
Do we want to talk real quick about what fucking... What's his fucking face? Jason Blum said about Halloween Kills?
No, I don't, because I didn't read shit about it, and I'm trying to
Well,
ignore
all
it.
he's literally all he has said is if you liked the previous one, you'll like the next one.
Okay, well, I actually did like the last one.
To which my exact quote was, "Oh, so I'll hate it." Got it.
Well, you hate most of them anyways.
I don't hate most of the Halloween. Okay, you're right. Actually,
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Other than the original and 3, what other ones do you like?
2. Yeah, 1, 2, and 3.
So wait, did he release about the new Halloween? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the trailer was supposed to come out sometime this month, which I'm just saying that, they got 8 days, fuckers. Just saying. I got 8 days as we're recording this.
I didn't like the new one.
You know what we need? We need Halloween 3 Part 2.
Yes, I approve that.
Well, I'm sure Tom Atkins is all for it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, absolutely. He'd be all about it. So we ready to talk about the movie that I made you guys watch?
Do we have to?
There's a reason why I'm still sticking to my next watch, and it's because of this movie, Daryl.
So the movie that we watched this week is the 2004 Dave Wascovich, that Wascally Wascovich, shot on video horror film made for $12,000, and I don't know where the other fucking $11,900 went, because $100 went on the suit, had to have.
Yeah, I would like to know where the rest of the
I'd like to know where the rest of the money went.
CGI. That's where it went.
He did all the
Shitty
CGI himself.
God damn.
And it
It was-
shows.
Yes.
So we watched Suburban Sasquatch. All right, guys, go ahead and tear it apart. I can already tell Cayt fucking hated it. I can already tell Cayt fucking canceled my subscription to the Cayt Phoenix fan club.
Okay, I'll go for it. This movie could have been so much shorter and so much better by being shorter. It was an hour and 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a long hour and 40 minutes. It took me all day to finish this movie. And trust me, I love camp. I love cheesiness. I appreciate all of it. But this movie, that CGI, the the heartfelt, with air quotations, love story. uh this movie like literally touched on everything and then just destroyed it all.
So before you guys tear it apart, should I just like give a basic synopsis of the movie?
Yeah, go
Because
ahead.
I'm sure that most people listening to this probably haven't even seen it.
It's on Amazon Prime, so
It
go
is on
watch
Amazon,
it there.
and it's also on Tubi.
Or listen to this here and not watch it.
So Suburban Sasquatch is about a Sasquatch that invades a suburban area, hence the name, because he feels that suburbia is encroaching on nature. So he feels it's his duty to go and rip Halloween store body parts off of people.
Yes. and then step on the people to rip their appendages off. Like,
And let's see, there's the worst reporter ever who can't even properly pronounce Pulitzer, trying to win a Pulitzer Prize by covering it. We have a Mexican Native American, and she's given a spirit quest by her Italian Native American grandfather to destroy Sasquatch by shooting him with magic arrows that are CGI.
I'm pretty sure that people would be all over the fact that those two actors were not actually Native American and were playing Native Americans today. There's no way this would fly.
Oh, and the suit looks like someone took a gorilla suit and just glued nipples and abs to it.
Yeah, the suit was really confusing. There was so much I wanted to say about this movie, and now I'm like drawing a blank of everything because after finishing it, I was like, God, that took forever. But it, I can't, it's not my least favorite movie, but it's most certainly definitely not my favorite movie. It is like far from that.
You know,
And
Kate, whenever I could tell as soon as the call started, that you were not happy. You just looked defeated.
it's because I just had finished the movie. And I was like he could have cut out a lot of filler crap in the film. The acting was independent horror movie acting, and that I don't care about. The dialogue was not campy, not cheesy, but hokey.
Yeah.
To the point where it wasn't as enjoyable. Because, like, I mean, I've seen some camp movies where you're just like, what the fuck? Like, the dialogue is terrible. But there's something about this movie, like, especially the freaking love story, man. It's awful. Like when he goes, but I love you.
Even though they've known each other for like a week.
Yeah, like not even. Like it made it seem like they had been out there for like 24 hours. Like they were literally chasing him for 24 hours. And I like these magical arrows are supposed to stop him, but all they do is spew out CGI blood. And then he magically heals instantly and goes on his merry way. The favorite CGI is when he's holding the freaking log and she like has the two axes like into it. I'm like, couldn't you have at least gotten like dollar store axes, like the kids' toys, so that way at least would look somewhat more presentable than.
Oh, you mean like the cops' uniforms?
Yes.
The tan shirts with brown tape on them, and the dollar store police cop badges on their hats.
You know what's more believable than those CGI axes?
Hey, let's not forget about him throwing the cop car. And then it landed perfectly.
He didn't throw a cop car. He threw a PNG of a cop car.
And the guy was fine. There's so much that I could say and not say about this movie, but would I recommend it? No, I would not. And Daryl, next week's pick is staying because of this movie.
Well, maybe because you were picking those movies, I picked this movie.
Could be, but I'm pretty sure you'll be more miserable than I am because it's 9 hours.
It's not 10 hours, yeah.
But yeah, so my overall feelings of it could have been shorter. There were certain parts that were enjoyable, like such as the throwing of the cop car. But overall, I felt like it was trying way too hard to be something it was not. If you're gonna go like this level of B horror, you gotta go with it and just run with it. And I feel like there were hints of seriousness in it that kind of ruined.
And that's
that
the thing.
part of it.
I'm fairly sure that he was 100% serious about this movie.
Oh, I don't doubt it at all with the dialogue and everything. He wanted to have a heart-wrenching story, but how can you have a heart-wrenching love story? Like, it's
with social commentary about Jesus and
yes, what was
and suburban sprawl.
This movie didn't know what it wanted to be.
It really didn't,
and it became garbage. So I will end on that. Brian,
your turn.
So, first, let me say that normally shot on video films, I'm okay with. You know, it's their way of making a movie the best that they can on the budget they have.
Yeah.
So some come out great, some come out complete pieces of shit. That being said,
this is one of those.
Daryl, you son of a bitch. Never in my life did I think there would ever be a movie that could possibly be worse than Strip Club Massacre. And somehow, by God, you fucking found it.
See, I would say Strip Club Massacre is 100 times worse than this.
No, not at all. No. I mean, how are you going to say that a freaking Spirit Halloween gorilla costume is supposed to be a Sasquatch? How?
I mean, I could easily sit here and pick apart all the flaws with it because go ahead and do your rant and then I'll do mine on it. But I have a rebuttal on my rant.
So, the fact that they used Halloween prop limbs, that doesn't bother me because, again, budget. I can accept that. The acting itself, probably a bunch of friends. So I can accept that. CGI blood, for God's sakes, it would have been better off without it. Bring it up the log with the axes. It would have been better for them just to find a real log and just go buy some axes from a hardware store, stick them in, and then have them lifted up. And
I mean,
why
a log that size, though, I don't know.
You could find hollowed out logs. I mean,
you can make one out of foam.
That's true. Foam.
It probably still look better than the CGI one.
Yes.
100%. The chase scene. What is almighty hell? How is Bigfoot going to be chasing them? They just kind of, we'll just hide here. Thinking he's a T-Rex, that if we don't move, he won't see us. And then he fucking passes by. Like, seriously.
Well, and they weren't even really, like, hiding in the scene. They were just, like, standing there.
Yeah. And then he walks by, and then go running right past them. It's like, oh.
I'm so happy we're on the same page.
There is not enough alcohol in this world to erase my mind of this movie.
What would you do if I told you I own 3 copies of this movie?
I wouldn't be surprised, but you would be judged severely.
You guys judge me on everything I fucking watch anyways. I don't care. You guys judge me on my opinions. I don't care.
No, this is not true because you and I tend to like the same stuff, whereas me and Cayt tend to like the same stuff. And some, times when there's a full moon, we all like the same stuff. This, however, was a giant dog turd that needed to be lit on fire.
Okay, Brian, what was your favorite scene of the movie?
Favorite scene of the movie? I mean, there's so many to choose from. I know. How about when what was he? Sheriff? The bald guy? Sheriff, I'm guessing.
Oh, Officer Goatee?
Yeah.
There's Officer Goatee and Officer Eyebrows.
So he goes inside to get drinks, comes back out, and he drops the drinks, glass everywhere. Sees his wife being carried off. So he runs back into the house, and magically the glass is completely gone. And he comes running out with a shotgun with, I'll probably say Adobe effects from the looks of it. And he's trying to fight, Bigfoot, trying to get his wife back, and Bigfoot just kind of like shoves him off, and then comes back, runs at him, and then Bigfoot just, claws him, and then all of a sudden his guts are just everywhere.
Yeah.
But he's fine.
But he's fine.
Yeah. Well, my favorite was when he was moving and you could see the piece trying to come up and he's like trying to hold it down. I honestly think this movie was made so he could show off his sweet CGI skills.
What's craziest to me about this movie is that it got worldwide distribution.
Why?
Who released it? Who?
Who the fuck do you think released it?
Wild
Brian?
Eye.
No.
No?
This is pre-Wild Eye. This is pre-Asylum. Brian, who the fuck do you think released it?
I'm trying to think who the fuck was before Asylum.
You worked at Hollywood Video.
I know, but that was like decades ago.
Who released all the shitty movies back then?
Asylum.
No, before then.
I don't remember.
It was Brain Damage.
That makes sense. Yeah. This was a pretty bad Brain Damage release, gotta say. Not their best stuff.
Oh my god, that sound was grating on my nerves. That was the worst. The absolute worst part.
It was like, it sounded like one of those like wind up like motorcycles, like the Evel Knievel motorcycles.
What was even worse is when you had the birds with that sound at the same time.
Oh, the CGI birds?
Yes.
You know what?
That,
The
like,
CGI birds were still better than the birds in Birdemic.
I haven't seen that, so I can't speak on it. But I highly doubt so.
Trust me.
This was just me going, what the fuck, the whole time.
I feel like watching this, I was like Jay in Dogma. Like at the very end of it, where he's like, what the fuck happened to his head?
Cayt, what's your favorite scene of the movie? Oh, you already said the cop car,
police
right?
car. Yeah. I was just going to say, I think it's really funny, though. Like, I like to picture moments, though, at like that scene. I think one of the reasons why it is my favorite scene is also because they had to go, hey, pretend you're picking up a cop car right now, and then pretend to throw the cop car. Because he had to lift his arms up, and then he had to, like, throw it away. So looking like a complete doofus and idiot while doing this. It's things I imagine, and that's why it's my favorite scene.
My favorite scene is a kill, but it's not my favorite kill. I was going to ask that next. My favorite scene is when the two guys are fishing. And the Sasquatch comes and he rips the guy's guts out and feeds them to him. And then, and then he rips the guy's arm off. And by the way, that guy that he did that to was the director. He rips the guy's arm off and throws it at the other guy and hits him on the with the rubber Spirit Halloween arm, hits him in the chest with it so hard that he flies into the river. Brian, what's your favorite kill, or did you even have one?
Okay, so I think it would have to be the guy that was working on the truck.
Okay.
Oh, that's what I was actually going to say too.
So the two hillbilly guys, the one guy gets slashed and he has like this really giant styrofoam gut piece just that he's holding on to. But then the guy that was actually working on his truck, he gets pulled out and he has his leg like ripped off. And he's just screaming there. And then Sasquatch just for fun just beats him with his own leg.
Well, I forget, was that the scene where he rips the person's leg off and then drinks the blood out of it?
Yes. Where it makes that also another obnoxious sound.
The sound of water being poured into a glass.
But like over and over, which is telling. He must have gotten this like program. Like he probably got like a movie making program because, and it had CGI and it had sound effects in it. And he was so excited to use it that he made this movie.
So many questions.
Yeah, well, I couldn't find him online. I tried to get him on here. I couldn't find him.
Maybe that was a good thing. Can't imagine sitting here tearing apart someone's movie.
Right to their face.
Right.
Yeah.
Face.
But if he ever listens to this, he will know that I respect him as a director. But his movie was shit.
Yes, I mean, I'm sure he's a very nice, person, guy. And I'm sure he has, made some great movies. This one was not one of them.
Kate, what was your favorite kill?
He had said it too. It was the
the leg drinking.
But anytime, well, also the first kills too, because there were just like appendages flying everywhere. And but I was so confused.
During the worst ever fucking Night as Day scene.
Yes. Oh yeah. That also. Oh,
adding blue tint doesn't make it Night as Day.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure the chick's arm was supposed to be off and it was on the ground, but then it showed both of her arms.
Okay, the guy got his head crushed and then it was back.
Yeah. So I was like, did she have 3 arms?
Don't judge the mutants.
I think that, and then the scene, where he's beating the guy up with his own leg, because I especially liked when the Sasquatch steps on his victims, because the feet are just fucking ginormous.
The feet are so much bigger than what they should be.
Yeah,
it's like a styrofoam feet that you get at a sporting event, but it's supposed to be like a foam finger or something.
Right. Yeah.
And they made it into feet.
Well, what's crazy though is the footprint is smaller than the size of the actual foot. Yeah.
So my favorite kill, it's actually a tie. I couldn't pick one. I had to pick 2. One is when the group of rednecks are hunting Sasquatch and he grabs the guy, and again, played by the director who played multiple roles in the movie. He grabs the guy by the head and pulls his fucking head off. And the other one is, you definitely know the character's name.
Buffy! 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 Buffy!
Yes.
Muffy!
The guy says Muffy really weird, by the way.
He does, and he says it 100 times.
Yes.
They could have turned that scene down to him calling the name twice, and that would have cut 3 minutes out of the movie.
I'm telling you, there's so much of this movie that could have been cut out. Like the whole thing.
I think this would have been better executed as a short film rather than something that tortured us for.
Or even an hour long. I feel like if it was an hour, it would have been fine. But
there's nothing wrong with hour-long shot on video movies. They're actually very common. Yeah, when he picks the dog up and tears the dog in half after it turns into a plushie, that is one of my favorite kills as well.
The poor doggy.
It was a stuffed animal.
I know.
I don't like it when animals die in movies either. Fake or not.
All right, so I guess I'm probably going to regret this, but Kate, what do you rate Suburban Sasquatch?
We're going to go with a 2 out of 5 flailing appendages.
That is much higher than I expected.
Yeah. What the hell? We are definitely not on the same page.
I said that it wasn't my least favorite movie ever. It was garbage, but I didn't hate it to the point that it should be lower than that. But out of flailing appendages, because that scene actually in the beginning did make me chuckle.
Okay, Brian, what do you rate Suburban Sasquatch?
Okay. So, on a fun scale.
Thank you for doing 2 scales, because I was going to as well.
I will give it.
I feel left out.
Okay,
do you want to do a fun scale?
Yeah, I'll do it after yours.
So on a fun scale, I will give it a 2.5 out of 5. Just because after a while, his growl needed to be muted.
Nails on a chalkboard.
Nails on a chalkboard. And he never learned. For my actual rating, it gets a 0.5 Vanishing Sasquatch.
So
Okay.
I'll give it the fun scale. We're gonna go with a 1 because it took me so damn long to finish this movie. So it's actually my lower than the other. I think just because of the length.
I'm going to give it on a technical scale because this movie literally does everything wrong. The acting is atrocious, which is micro budget. I don't care about that. But the acting is atrocious. The script is atrocious. The CGI is atrocious. The effects are atrocious. On a technical scale, I give it a 0. But on a fun, I give it a 5. I love this stupid fucking movie. I watch this movie at least 5 times a year. At least.
No one who's listening can see my face, but it was a look of utter disgust.
Yeah, she's in. It looked like she wanted to throw up in her mouth and then was confused as to why she didn't.
Yeah.
This movie is so much fun, especially when you're about 5 or 6 beers deep.
No, it's not.
Yes,
That's
it
why
is.
I honestly feel like I wasn't intoxicated enough to watch this movie.
I'm saying I was drinking, and I wasn't even drinking beer, and it still was not fun. As fun as it could have been. Like, I am all for really bad, cheesy, Bigfoot movies. And I had high hopes for this one. And it was like one of those balloons that just kind of popped and went flying all through there.
Now I'm sad.
Are you sad?
I don't know. I thought Brian at least would like it.
I see you have no faith in me.
I mean, I kind of assumed that you were gonna. I didn't think you were gonna hate it as much as you do, but I thought you were gonna not like it as much as Brian.
I know. I actually rated it higher.
It's okay, buddy. I don't think any less of you.
Kate might. Kate's like, if this is how the fucking podcast is gonna be, I'm done. I'll just go make movies.
I just make revenge picks.
Yeah, this was a revenge pick for fucking Bloody New Year.
I love that movie so much.
Brian, this was a revenge pick for Scoob.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Okay, you know what? I'm sorry. I love Scoob. Okay.
And I do too, but not that fucking movie.
I'd still rather watch Scoob over watching this movie ever again.
I thought the nostalgia, would have made you both happy. I was wrong.
Brian,
Fuck.
I have no nostalgia for anything.
I do,
I
and
don't-
that
I don't-
movie did not.
I don't carry nostalgia. As a kid, I loved Knight Rider. I watched it as an adult and I was like, wow, this is fucking terrible.
Wait, which Knight Rider?
Knight Rider, a shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who does not exist.
Like Cayt Knight Rider?
Yes, Kit
Okay.
Knight Rider. I
What
loved
Knight
that
Rider
show.
were you thinking of?
The George Romero Knight Rider.
Oh.
No, Kit with the Hoff.
With the Hoff.
Well, I'm sad that you guys didn't like it, but it is what it is. We can't all we can't all pick something everybody likes, right?
Truth.
If we agreed on everything all the time, I think the podcast would be boring.
Yeah. We need some, animosity in there sometimes.
Besides, it might be refreshing for the listeners to hear someone else tear a movie apart besides me.
It's true. I know. I can't wait for next week's.
I mean, they haven't heard me tear apart a movie since, Bloody New Year, right? So.
And you gave it like a 3. That's not tearing it apart.
No,
Well,
what
it
did
was
he?
better than this movie.
There was another movie
Agree
that
to
we
disagree.
watched, and he's like, we totally thought he was gonna tear it apart, and he goes, I gave it a 3.75, and we're like, it's high. What movie was that?
That was Kung Fu Yoga.
Yeah, that's right.
He was like, it was okay. It really dragged at times. He's like, I'm sorry, Kate. I still love you. A 3.75.
I know.
Jen's the man. What can I say?
It's above average on it or whatever.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'm sure there's a negative coming up somewhere down the line.
I was half expecting
I
a
think-
negative here.
No, I wouldn't go negative. with
No,
this
I
film.
think one of my picks is going to be a negative for him.
It might be next week.
for me.
No, for me.
For you, no, for you, it's going to be a future pick of mine because you already were disgruntled when I told you what I was picking.
And I already forgot. So,
Well, I won't tell you, and we'll be surprised by it.
well, okay.
All right, Kate, what are we watching next week? Oh, Brian, I'm sorry. Brian,
Yes.
do we have a hottie of the week?
No.
No?
No.
Not even Taco Hontus?
No.
Wow.
Nothing. Nada.
The
You know what?
Sasquatch.
Yeah, I was saying, let's go with Sasquatch this week.
Sasquatch had nicer titties.
I was going to say he's showing off some sexy nipples.
They definitely seem bigger. No, I was Sasquatch. He don't get no love, so let's go with him. Because it can't always be about the ladies, right?
So Sasquatch is
our hottie of the week.
Okay.
You have to now post that, though. You understand
now
that.
Now you have to
Oh,
take
you
a
doubt
screenshot.
that I won't post it?
You have to take a screenshot and post it as the hottie of the week when the episode drops.
Or just Google it.
Yeah, I'm totally Googling it. I'm not about to watch that movie again.
Well, I say it's Sulin Sanchez of Tala. But that's just me. I'm not the one that does the hottie of the week. That's just my opinion.
Well, you guys can do it if you want. I don't care.
Brian says it's Sasquatch.
Okay, so fine.
Sasquatch.
My next pick, I'm doing
So next week.
I already know who it's going to be, so.
Yeah, it'd probably be way different than what mine was going to be. So.
I'm sure. Well, actually, I'll pick two. I'll pick one for you guys and then one for, they'll both be for me, but.
I'm going to guess it after you announce it.
All right, Kate, what are you abusing me with next week?
So we are going to watch all 3 of the Lord of the Rings movies, but I'm being nice and not doing the extended versions because I could totally do that, but I won't.
Fuck my life.
So I'm really excited because I haven't watched these movies in a long time. And I love them. I used to know The Fellowship of the Ring by heart.
Just 9 hours of walking.
Hey!
Not true.
Return of the King has some really good battle sequences. But yes, so that is what we'll be watching next week. And I will also pick 2 hotties of the week for that.
Okay, so I'm going to predict right now.
Okay, I'm gonna not look at the screen when you say these things. Okay, what are your predictions?
So my prediction for the first one is going to be Viggo Mortensen.
Okay.
The second one, I'm going to say Liv Tyler.
Okay. So we'll have to see.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. If you go with Orlando Bloom, I'm going to be highly disappointed in you.
Why would you be disappointed?
Because that's like everyone's go-to.
I mean, he's really popular at the time, though.
Yeah, not anymore. You like fucking hit rock.
Actually, no, there's something else that he's coming out with because I saw a trailer for it today.
Yeah, it's like
I
a
accidentally
war movie.
Yeah, I think so. I accidentally hit skip ad, so I didn't get to see what it was.
I thought it was something that was like going straight to video.
Probably.
I'm going to say that her male pick of the week. This again, just my guess. I'm going to say her male pick of the week is going to be Sean Bean.
We'll have to see.
Or Ian McKellen.
We'll have to see. What, you don't have a guess for the other one?
I don't even remember who's in the fucking movies. I tried to erase them from my memory.
So we're gonna go back in time.
Sasquatch.
We're gonna go back, and you guys are gonna hear all sorts of how these were my movies growing up. Like I watched them religiously. My friends and I were obsessed with them. True, I still remember though going to go see what one was I think it was I saw Return of the King in theaters, and that was like the one that I got to see when it actually came out. Will you stop it, cat? Sorry, I have a cat that keeps whacking me in the face with his tail.
I saw Two Towers and Return of the King in theaters.
I saw Two Towers in the cheap theaters. But I remember my dad going, "Hey, we're going to go watch this later today," and I got ready in like 5 minutes.
I made the mistake. Me and friends went to Return of the King for the midnight show when they still did midnight shows, and we had school the next day.
Yeah, that would have been awful. I
So
saw King Kong like that.
So, getting out at whatever it was, 4 a.m, and then going home and be like, oh, I got 3 hours of sleep. Okay. Can't wait to, take this algebra test.
Sure glad it's finals.
Yeah, so next week you guys will all hear about the films I was obsessed with growing up.
Were. She says were.
Yay.
I mean, I still love them, don't get me wrong. I've read the books and everything too.
And we'll see if I hate them just as much as I did the first time.
We'll see.
I liked Speed a little bit more this time than back in the 90s, so who knows?
Crossing fingers.
Yeah, he's going to hate them.
Yeah.
I don't know. But guys, thank you so much for listening. I almost said watching. This isn't YouTube. Thank you so much for listening. Hope everybody has a great day. Wash your hands, wear your mask, stay 6 feet away from people, and don't fucking touch people. Bye.
Peace out.
God damn it.